Hello everyone, it's a beautiful winter afternoon here in Dubai, and it is my pleasure to welcome to a very special guest here at Ace Hardware, the flagship store in Dubai Festival City. She's a celebrity guest. She is an entrepreneur, a founder, and a DIY revolutionary, I would say, Amy Howard herself.
Thank you for having me. We have fallen in love with Dubai. Just the cultural, for me, the differences are so beautiful, but your city, the weather's amazing.
Okay.
Everything from the beaches to the deserts, we've definitely fallen in love.
I'm glad you're enjoying your time here. So, Amy has over 2 decades of experience in furniture restoration and a background in art history. Her painting and restoration products are sold all over the world, and you can find them used in homes, in celebrity homes, as well as in homes of former US presidents, as well as DIY enthusiasts, regular DIY enthusiasts. And that's amazing. So we're so happy to have you here and spend these few minutes with you to get to know your brand better.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited too.
Yeah. So the mantra for your brand from the very beginning has kind of focused on the 3 R's, rescue, restore, and redecorate. Can you tell us a little about how these 3 R's inspired the inception of Amy Howard, of your brand?
I love rescuing furniture. I love rescuing homes, even rescuing accessories. So when I would go to, whether it was a flea market or an antique shop or a decor store, I would look at the shape and basically the scale and the skeleton of that piece, and I would imagine it maybe being a different color or a different finish and being used even a different way. So it's now even a mantra of taking new things and rescuing them from a state of just basicness and making them really special. So I use it all across the board, whether it's interiors or interior design, as well as furniture and home restoration.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And your products help achieve that very expensive finish without you spending money and making and buying something very expensive. So that's amazing. So how have the attitudes towards DIY changed since you started, and how has Amy Howard been at the forefront of driving that change, where people prefer to do their own DIY rather than pay someone else to do it? How do you think it's changed from when you started?
For a lot of people, when they talk about DIY, it's about maybe tearing up tile in their bathroom, or redoing their floors, and to be honest with you, that's not the kind of DIY I love. I love DIY decor, designing, and one of our taglines is enjoying the bragging rights. So you want to be able to do it yourself and be able to show your friends. So it's more about maybe creating a piece of art or making a cocktail table out of a particular piece maybe that you found, or a tray, a papier-mâché tray, and making it into a beautiful side chair and then putting a finish on it. Those are fun and easy ways of doing DIY that I love watching someone come alive after I've walked them through what that process would look like. So maybe before, and how maybe I've had an influence in it as being their mentor and their teacher, and then they get really excited to see the transformation themselves.
You inspire that confidence in them.
A teacher should do that.
Yeah.
A teacher should inspire, but also let someone realize that they can do it themselves.
Yeah. And I think when it comes to DIY, a lot of times people are afraid of making mistakes.
Yes.
So how do you encourage someone to...
Mistakes can be happy accidents of things that they discover, maybe a new finish. Sometimes it's mixing a color and then realizing it did make a beautiful color. So if you enjoy the process, a lot of times, and not be too hard on yourself. We do have a tendency to be hard on ourselves. they are really happy with their final look.
That's great. And even your DIY tutorials, you are not very exacting about how, you move your brush. You can just do a very simple technique and achieve the product itself is so good that you don't have to use it in a certain way. Even someone who doesn't have any art experience can totally use it.
Yes, so absolutely.
That's amazing. So what do you think is the biggest design trend that we can look forward to for this year?
Our homes are the center of our homes have the center, which is the kitchen. Mm-hmm. Kitchens for so long have been white.
Yeah.
Have been void in some senses of real design. Mm-hmm. And that's changing. It's going to even black or dark blue kitchen cabinets, matte finishes, which are perfect for our one-step paint because you don't have to seal it. And I think really it's going to be a hub of color and design that it has not been for a long, long time, as well as going into our bathrooms.
Okay.
So I'm excited at just about the pops of color. Well, because my design aesthetic is very traditional in a sense, I love bringing in trendy things which can not keep me so centered around changing the design aesthetic, but I can just pop in some colors with pillows, or maybe rescuing a piece and putting in a pop of color with a cocktail table, and I don't have a lot financially invested, so if I want to, I can change it around in the next season.
That is perfect because a lot of people in UAE, they rent rather than buy, so it's better to have that option where that when you're moving out, you can change it back to the originals, not making big changes like removing the tiling in your kitchen, for example.
Right.
Just changing the color to something bold, like you said, a darker tone can completely give it a very chic look. So, yeah.
Well, you want it, all women and men for that matter want to feel like they put their thumbprint on their home. So when you come in, it's saying what you want to say about yourself.
Yeah.
A woman's home is an extension of herself. And I just love bringing that out to where they feel like come into my home, and when they say, "Oh, I love this," like, thank you. There's, in a way, we feel that they're saying, "I like you, I like your chair, I like you." So.
And I guess now with social media, you can kind of, document your whole process and share it with the world.
Yes.
As you're doing it.
I think it inspires other women.
Yeah.
So part of your journey, and even maybe if that journey is being afraid, then that way it's like, if she did it, so can I. So absolutely, I think that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so by the way, I love the way you have named your shades. Do you name them, or do you have someone else?
I name them.
Okay.
That's one of our top sellers, and I've wondered, is it because of the name or is it because of the color? But one of our top selling paint colors is A Good Man Is Hard to Find.
Oh.
And I named that after my husband Gene because he has beautiful gray hair, and it's a dark gray color. So
that's a beautiful story behind the color.
It's true.
That's beautiful. So is that your favorite color for this year? What would you say is for 2018 your color?
I like Rugo. Now, because we have 53 colors, you can custom mix with our bases. We have a light, medium, and a dark base. So a lot of people don't realize that if maybe they have a color that maybe is a fabric that they have or a shoe, that we can mix it. We can come fairly close here at ACE. But you can also look through hundreds of paint decks and find a color, and we can custom mix it in the Amy Howard at Home paints.
Okay, that's perfect. And how would you describe Rugo, the color?
Rugo reminds me of the ocean just a little bit. It's a deeper, rich blue, but still the light reflective value of it is it's strong enough and high enough in the color of that blue that it feels happy. And I really believe that trend of very vibrant blues is going to be really big for 2018.
That's perfect for, I think, a very sunny place like UAE. Colors, light colors like that just pop in the sun and
Yes.
really give your home a very airy and light feel.
Yes.
So that's amazing. What's next for Amy Howard? What do you have ahead in the horizon? Books, collaboration? What's the future for you and your brand?
I do have my new book coming out, Rescue, Restore, Redecorate with Abrams Publishing in May 2018 of this year.
Perfect.
And in that book is a lot of kind of tips and tricks and recipes that I had never shared before of projects that I had done in my own personal home.
Okay.
Also, I love mentoring women.
Okay.
I love especially creative women, to know kind of the journey and the path that their creativity can take them on. And if that can be a spark of helping them with their home and teaching them how to be able to put a finish on a piece of furniture that they have existing, that can be pretty exciting.
And you yourself were quite an inspiration. Your journey from where it started, when you were studying, you came across all of these antique flea markets, and it's very inspiring for women entrepreneurs out there that they can start something small and make it into what it is right now. So that's amazing. So hopefully when you publish your book, you would be visiting again. It would be amazing to have you back here in Dubai, and I'm sure your fans will also love it. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And when I say this, I'm not just saying it. I have fallen in love with your city. The graciousness of the people, the formality of manners which is missing to me in so many respects back in the States, it's so inviting. And of course, the differences between the beach and the desert and everything. It's been a wonderful, wonderful experience for us. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.